matches where they can come in and showcase all their guys. I think they always look good in these.
Yeah, this was super fun way to start the show with a bunch of guys that the Mexican fans want to see. People that are they're building feuds out to All In. That Cope entrance, like in any language, fans just get it and they love it. But yeah, the Death Riders when they get together and they start doing their Death Rider bits and they do the in the corner clothesline spots and all that stuff. Like this is why their stuff works because all the bits that they do when they get them into a match, it just makes the match work for some reason.
Yeah, great atmosphere.
Super
Um,
insane.
the international crowd always works for this kind of stuff in pro wrestling. You put wrestlers in front of that crowd that they don't get to see all the time, like Cope, and put them on team with the Young Bucks. That's gonna hit.
Yeah, the Mexican crowd was insane. The visual when they started the show, I was like, "This looks dope." The crowds were going crazy. Felt like they were mic'd a little bit better. They were hot the entire time. At the last match, they were as hot as the first match. Like I see why they've had a year's worth of sellouts straight. Honestly, at this point.
Yes. Andrade, man, which I mean, we knew he was going to get a fantastic reaction in Mexico, and he was great. He has been fantastic so far as champion. 2 weeks in a row, they've put him in triple threat matches, and they've been heat both times. I thought last week's title defense was great, and this week we got the three-way to determine the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that this was really great.
This is
Tommaso
fire.
Ciampa has continued to be one of my favorite signings of the year for this company. He's so much fun to watch. Coming out there with that American flag um, robe or whatever the hell that was that he came out with. His reaction to the crowd, funny. What a guy. That continues proceeding to beat down Andrade's pants.
The pants spot in this was pretty great. Commander hit a 450 on him. Yeah, I think that Tommaso is so good and has been such a great signing. He's like quietly one of the best parts of AEW. Like he's not even super in the mix for like a championship, but like he should be. And like they need to put him somewhere because like he's a feud wrestler and like I
Yeah.
think he should always be kind of locked in into that. The pop for Andrade here. People are mad at his new theme song, Phil, and I was dancing to it. I think that shit kind of hits a little bit. I like it. I don't know what the issue is.
It doesn't bother me that much.
Hmm.
I did not like Kevin Knight's new theme, and I'm glad
Oh
they
no no
changed that
no.
one
Yeah
back.
yeah
But
yeah yeah.
this one's pretty inoffensive to me. It doesn't bother me as much as it seems to bother other people. But I think
Yeah,
it's just because his old theme was so good.
his old thing did hit, but this one, like for his vibe and what's going on, incredible. Commander was firing this. He does his walking the ropes thing, and it still hits like the first time. Like in Mexico, and look, just incredible work all around. If this becomes the triple threat belt match Andrade thing, I'm super into it because the last two have been very, very good. Great match coming out of this. Immediately after Philip Lindsay, we got a little. Would you say return? Has it been long enough to say a return?
Yeah. Right after this match, Andrade did pick up the win. He will be the number one spot in the upcoming Casino Gauntlet. And then afterwards, we got the return of Maxwell Jacob Freeman.
Oh,
This
him
guy
bad.
is no stranger to Arena Mexico. He's had some great matches, great moments in this arena. The crowd knows him. They let him have him when he came out. Beat down on Andrade. Bloodied my guy. I did not expect that. But the thing that I expected even less, he's still carrying the world championship.
Where'd he get that? Why did he have that?
Yeah, I was very confused about that part. He's like, I'm still the world champion. He ran down how, we're going with talentless Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega in this match, and he would be still champion if Ospreay did not screw him out of the match.
But you lost.
I don't know how I feel about this because he lost and he lost clean, and I saw people comparing it to Punk doing the real world champion thing, but Punk never lost. He
Right.
got suspended And you had the baked in reason why Punk would still have the belt because when he got suspended, he just took it with him
About
and
home.
he never gave it back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he ever gave it back. I think he
Mm-hmm.
still has it.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
but MJF, he lost.
We
And
saw Kenny leave with that belt.
yeah, I I don't know. I'm confused as to what this does here. And I know you've been still building to the fact that Andrade wanted to face the world champion. He wanted a world title match. We're clearly not going to get that match between him and MJF. I don't understand why you're going this route with it and him having him as like the delusional champion that's like, I never lost. I'm still champion. But you did lose.
We watched it on TV. We watched you lose. We watched Kenny take the belt and leave with it. Yeah, I just didn't really understand that part of him coming with the belt, him saying it's a sham that there's the main event, and he's entering the casino gauntlet because he's going to win his belt back, even though he's still the world champion. So I mean, there's a lot of, well, why do you want to win the match if you're the champ already?
um, yeah, didn't make a lot of sense to me, but it's good to see Max back. I'm
Yeah,
glad that he has a spot on the card. I think this makes a lot of sense to
he
put
should.
him in the mix to try to win a rematch against either MJF or Osprey. I don't need know that we needed this world championship
He
thing.
could have came and did that same promo without the belt, and it would have been just as expected. Hey, they screwed me, so I'm entering the casino gauntlet to get my belt back. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think it would have worked just as fine.
What's the belt doing there? How did he get the belt, Phil? If Kenny left
What
with
the belt
it,
do? um,
what the belt gonna do?
yeah, I. But other than that, like I thought that this was fine. Again,
Yeah.
the fact that he is going to be on the card. Now we just there's a few other people we don't know what they're doing. I still am waiting to see what is Swerve doing.
Mm-hmm.
I assume we might have an answer on what Hangman is doing based on, uh, well, the semi-main event of the show. I was gonna say the main event, um, which seems like you might have thoughts on that. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Uh, we we had the multi women match. Willow Nightingale and the Brawling Birds versus Mercedes and Divine Dominion. I thought that this was a fun match. That's how we got the announcement as well for the AEW Women's Tag Titles match for All In. Brawling Birds will be taking on Divine Dominion. Willow Nightingale pinned Mercedes with the backslide here. And usually our wrestling trope is that usually when that happens, you're gonna lose. When you get the visual pin on TV, that's usually the first sign that you're gonna lose. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
You know, Phil, one of my favorite match types is PWG style crazy spot fest. And a lot of the times we see these on AEW shows, but the women don't really get the opportunity to have that fun. This
Yeah.
felt like that finally. It's 6 women. They're all just going out, being insane. The crowd's crazy. I'm like, finally, the women got a PWG style crazy one where everybody's doing all kind of stuff. Love everyone involved in this. Divine Dominion, their finish is brutal. Like the way that they just like start jacking women up is incredible. Like I think that tag match at the show is going to be awesome. Love the stories. Anytime Mercedes and Willow were in there together, they
Mm-hmm.
have such great chemistry. Like we were complaining a little bit, some fans about wanting Tekla to win at the pay-per-view, but I think like the chemistry that we instantly saw with that promo last week with them and just how they work in the ring, I'm like, well, Mercedes and Willow are gonna fucking destroy it at the show. So like I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. The heel versus face dynamic you have with them has
Mm-hmm.
been great so far. Um, yeah. Everybody was posting that picture, well, the video afterwards of Jamie Hayter dancing up the ramp.
She's so funny.
Yeah, very funny stuff. Yeah, big fan of Brawling Birds. I
Mhm.
definitely think that they should win it all in. That should be
Yes,
their big moment.
absolutely.
I think it kind of sucks that Divine Dominion hasn't had like a big main pay per view card showing yet, and if they do end up on a main card, they're gonna
They
lose.
lose. Man,
It's
that's
just a
unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. That's a minor gripe, but I do think that that should be the match, and that should be the big moment for them at All In.
And seeing the work they did at this match, though, that match is gonna bang. If they're given a good amount of time, these ladies are gonna be on 10. Like that's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I think Divine Dominion has been great on all of the pre-shows, and
They have.
that's the main reason why I've been like put them on the main card because they've been the best match on the pre-show for most of these pay-per-views.
Yep. And like they have the championships. Like, don't you want to add some prestige to it? Put it on the damn show.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, looking forward to that matchup for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Fletcher versus Speedball. We've seen how these guys given up it in their other two matches, and this was no different. Absolute banger. The way that Kyle Fletcher looks like he's really trying to hurt people in there. I can't be convinced that he's not actually trying to kill his
Like
opponents every
trying.
time.
I'm like, what do you mean?
The way that he threw Speedball into the barricade, it looked like very painful. I mean, it looked like Speedball hit this thing neck first. I was like, oh my god, I hope he's okay.
The sound that thing made, dog. Like I'm still like, what? Kyle Fletcher was trying to kill this man. Like, yeah, if you see one spot from this match, you guys, Kyle Fletcher darting Speedball into the barricade, insane.
Yeah, looked absolutely vicious. Speedball had a great showing here as well. I don't care how many times I see this guy do it. That sheer drop brainbuster on a turnbuckle, it terrifies me every time. I'm like, oh, I think you got him. It's okay. I think it's over. I think you got him.
I thought it was going to be like a super finisher, like you built up. We've been building towards this move for some months. He hits it once, and then we don't see it again for 6 months. Like it's one of those. It's like the Burning Hammer. No, this fool's busting it out every Wednesday, and he's killing fools, dog. It's crazy. Like the one on Mike, he like held Speedball up. Like I just can't. This is on shaky ropes. Like this shouldn't be a thing. And he brain bustering guys on the top rope. Amazing match again. Kyle Fletcher is probably the TV wrestler of the year. Hardcore into the wrestler of the year talk. Like he hasn't had a bad one, and I don't know if he will at this point.
We're getting to that point where we're at with Oba and some of the other young guys, where it just feels like it might be eventually time to put the world title on this guy. He's
He's
been,
ready.
I think this year he's got so many of these kind of matches, and he's ready. It feels like he's ready. He's got the presentation. He's got the look. He can talk. Like he's one of the best
Airport
wrestlers.
tests. He's a pro wrestler. This is a fucking pro wrestler.
Yeah, he's one of the best wrestlers on this roster for sure.
Incredible. And like Phil said, we don't know if he's killing guys, yes or no, but it looks like it.
He's
Every time
definitely
he does that running corner kick, I'm like,
bro.
nice.
He's definitely going out there trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Speedball got a few stiff ones in, kicked this guy square in the face at one point. I was like, oh, I think I saw his soul leave his body.
There are definitely some CVS receipts in here. They're long.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, great match. Great to see Speedball back in the mix in singles matches. His run with Kevin Knight was fun. I do think that they kind of cut the tag team off a little too quickly, but
They did.
man, getting to see him in these matches as a singles wrestler again, can't beat it.
Speedball's building a nice little singles resume over here. I always harken back to the Okada match, and he has a couple of these singles ones that are like, this is fire. This is exactly why you bring Speedball in. Like this is Wednesday night wrestling, you guys. It's insane.
Yeah. We got the trios match as well with Mystico, Jericho, and Darby Allin versus the Don Callis family. Okada's reactions to the entrances
Yes.
was one of the funniest moments of the night. The disgust on his face when Mystico was during his entrance. He was just like, "Get this over with, bro." Like,
He's covering his ears. Okada, one of the best of all time. And then he in the ring, we see him so rarely. I forget every time that like he's Okada and one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and he's just like a member of the Don Callis family.
yeah. The way that he came out after the Fletcher match and they did that brief stare down, I have to assume that might be our all-in match.
Yeah, fuck, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah. I think so. Because what else would it be? What else would they be building towards? Okada keeps throwing in little hints. He's like, "Yeah, the championship is gonna stay in the Don Callis family."
Yeah. I have to assume it's going to be a one-on-one match. Maybe they add Takeshita in the mix too, which I'll get into it with G1 Talk. Boy, Takeshita, man, incredible, bro. Just incredible wrestler, bro.
Mm-hmm. Another one of the best wrestlers in the world. That's crazy. They got like 10 of them.
Yeah. But yeah, this was fun trios match. We'll never get tired of seeing the reaction to Mystico in Mexico. They absolutely loved this man. I chuckled to myself when it was happening, and Jericho comes out, and I was like, of course he would be on the team with Mystico. Of course.
As soon as his music hits, I was thinking, what is he doing here?
Of course.
And he came out after him too. Kills me. Yeah.
Big Star.
Then it'll be me.
Big Star. What do you mean?
Gotta respect it.
Yeah, Hechicero as well. Got a great reaction. Again, never change Kevin Knight's music again. When he came out to his old music, I was like, yes. I was standing up clapping like, don't change it again, please.
Yeah. Whose bad idea was it to change it in the first place? That was crazy. This one just hits so much harder, makes his character work, everything. Yeah, this is a great match. Seeing Mystico in Mexico does not get old. Like this guy's a god out there.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun. I really liked Persephone versus Statlander until like the last 2 minutes or so, and I was looking around like, hey, what's going on? Why is it what's a little overbooked by the end?
I kept being like, wait, what's she doing? Wait, what? Why? Let's take Thunder Rosa's in the mix, and like Phil said, the first 3/4 of the match are great. It's Persephone and Stat. They're doing like a mirror match type thing. They're trading these suplexes. They both look great. They're both strong. Match is going fine. Then Persephone's like, oh, forget about this match. I want to fight Thunder Rosa for some reason. She's on the front row. I'm like, wait, why is she beefing with Thunder Rosa? Like, what part of the match is this?
Yeah, and then Sheeta comes rolling under the rope, and she's in the mix for some reason. Then at the end of the match, when Persephone is getting her shit off, walking up the ramp, this is my arena, this is my company, all of this, and then you get Maya and Hyen running past her, and she looked almost confused, like, "Oh, y'all are here. Anyway, this is my arena." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Persephone was just as confused as us. Oh yeah, cool, run in there. Yeah, okay, let me finish what I was doing. But yeah, Persephone and Stat looked great. I loved it. It was amazing until the overbooked finish. That was an overbooked finish.
It was a lot going on. It felt like we gotta build up to the tag match that's coming up, and then we gotta set up for, I assume, what's going to be the TBS title match at All In. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it just was a lot they were trying to cram into that last few minutes or so of this match, and I don't think that it all needed to be there.
But yeah, if the match is Persephone, Sheeta, Maya, and Stat, like for the championship, that's dope.
Yeah, we got a mariachi band coming out later to play out Hangman Adam Page and Brody King and Bandito. They all came out with the big sombreros. Hangman's title card under him with the I don't know. I feel a little uncomfortable. I don't know if this is problematic for me to wear a sombrero.
Bit.
He's still getting his bits off with that with the Chirons. Still funny. taking on the Demand, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona. I continue to say every time we see a trios match with these guys in it, not only that trios matches can be so much fun,
Yes.
but the Gates of Agony are so underrated, man. Like Bishop Khan is so awesome. Like he looks like $1,000,000. He throws people around, and then Toa Leona is like, I mean, he does all of the Samoan stuff, like the I have a hard head and everything. But another guy that just throws people around, and it's incredibly fun to watch.
Toa lifted all three guys on the other side on his shoulders at one point, and it's like, this guy's insane. Like, what do you mean?
Bro, they are so underrated, man. They're such a great tag team.
Yes.
And I think that they've really put it together with Ricochet as their leader in the Demand, which is why I thought they were going to win this match. They just won the Trios belt, and I thought, yeah, you've got a long run for these guys. They could do a lot with these belts. They'll be a fun trio to build around. Apparently not, because Hangman and Brodito beat them here. And this was a great match.
Of course.
I really liked the match. But the outcome, I was just like, but why? Why are you hot potatoing the trios belts? You just put the belts on them. I don't know. At least do something with them.
When the Demand beat the Conglomeration, that match was hot. And then immediately after they followed up with the Demand and the Rascals, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Finally, what these trios belts are, they're doing it. It's just give these belts to three guys that are going to have crazy ass PWG style 6-mans every week or every time they presented, and it'll be fine. The Demand started doing it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be dope. Ricochet gets a good spot. Like you said, the Gates of Agony are incredible, and they need to be showcased more, so we'll get to see them. Great. Then last week, Hangman starts talking to Brodito. I'm like, why is he talking to them? Like, I know they have a connection. Like, this is cool, but like, don't talk to them. For what? What are you doing?
Don't talk to them.
And he's like, I have an idea. And I'm like, don't have an idea because I don't like your idea already. Let's challenge for the trios belts. Why? Phil, what the fuck is Hangman Adam Page doing over here? Why is he here? Is he not a top guy? Is he not? Did he not just win the world title last year? Does he not get massive pops bigger than more the 2/3 of the roster? He gets bigger pops. Why is he over here with this division that 90% of the people that are watching this show that love AEW don't give a fuck about? I like AEW, and I barely like the division because they don't give a fuck about it. So why should I give a fuck about it? What's he doing here?
I really like trios wrestling, and when they do showcase it, it's great.
Yes.
And Hangman, as we know, he's an accomplished trios wrestler. This is his second trios title win now. And, based on his time in Bullet Club and the Elite, he's good at these style of matches. This goes all the way back to what we were saying before with the stipulation. Sorry, it's his third. Sorry. I forgot he was trios champion twice.
Yeah, 2 times again, they couldn't figure out what to do with them. Yeah, that's right.
I forgot he won with the Elite. But yeah, so this is third. Sorry. But this goes back to us talking about the stipulation earlier in the year, and I still don't understand why you would take a guy that's as big of a star for this company as he is, that's as popular with your fan base, and take him out of the world title picture intentionally. I just don't know. I still don't get why you would do it, and I still think his return has been strange.
This made it even more strange.
At least he's on Dynamite now. At least he's doing something. I did not think he would just go straight back to like, hey, well, let's just have fun. I can't challenge for the world title, so here, I'll do this side quest and be in the trios division.
That doesn't look crazy to anybody?
I'm willing.
You don't give a fuck about the world championship anymore? That doesn't get. That's not crazy.
Well, he can't. He's telling you he's going to stick by his word, and he's not going to challenge for the world title. I don't like it personally, but I'm willing to see where this goes with the trio stuff because, again, I wish that the Demand had a better reign, but as a lot of people on the internet have pointed out, all three of these guys on this team have something in common. Do they not?
They do.
They all have recently feuded with Swerve Strickland.
Two of these guys this year, Swerve has been beefing with. He beefed with Brody and Bandito this year.
Yes. So I have to assume that's gonna turn into something. We don't know what Swerve is doing yet. Swerve has not been back on TV. Could be leading to something. So I will see how this plays out. Swerve needs a team. There are two free agents out there.
Who's he does need some friends. He needs some friends. He needs some friends. He needs some friends. And he doesn't really got too many friends in AEW currently.
Yeah. And I mean, even if I keep saying, just put Swerve back with AR Fox, man. Hey, what are we doing, dog?
But again, this is a Hangman Adam Page problem, and like that's a good band-aid. But I'm gonna think the same thing if Swerve's over here. You got two fucking bona fide top stars that the fans love. What the fuck are they doing over here? Top stars don't grow on trees, dog. People fight for years to become top stars. People claw and gig and screw over their best friends and lose their wives and don't go to their kids' fucking games to become top stars. And companies invest millions of dollars to create top stars. You got it. What is he doing over here? We need more stars over here. We need challengers over here. Why is he over here? That's pretty much what it is. And I'm going to think the same thing. If could be great, Swerve can end up over here. They're having these great matches, but Swerve the same. Why is he over here? He's a big star. He should be over here. Now, if we're trying to help this division, we're trying to make it something. If a year and this shit's going insane, these trios division, we've had some of the matches, the best match we've ever seen, I'll walk it all back. But right now, it looks crazy.
I get it. Because like I said, I still don't understand the Hangman story at all.
What are you doing over here?
I feel like the Hangman stuff is really an unforced error. But if you're just doing some side quests with him and you're doing a trios match, and I hope they have something else planned for the Demand, because if they just lose here, because I thought that this was the other part about it was, I thought that this was going to be the way for the Demand to get on the Wembley card. And if they're not in the mix at Wembley, I don't know how they get there. Maybe they're going to get a rematch against this team. Maybe I'm misjudging it. Maybe Swerve's not going to be in the mix at all. Maybe we're just going to get a rematch between the Demand and the Good, the Bad, and Ugly. But I don't know that you needed to take the belts off them to do that.
This show made me laugh too, because earlier in the night, I was like, who doesn't take side quests? Who doesn't come back and say, I'm going to challenge for this other fucking belt? Who comes back and says, I'm going to get my fucking belt back? Who comes back with the fucking belt and would never let them send him to the fucking trios division? MJF. I said on the watch along, if they told MJF he had to be a trios champion, he would quit this fucking company. He'd be so. If they said, "Hey, challenge for the TNT Championship," Max would quit. He's a fucking world title contender, and he's gonna forever be. He's not gonna be some fucking other. Oh, I like these guys. Let me hang out with him. No, he's a fucking world champion, and he came back and said, "I'm gonna win the world championship again, like a top fucking guy should." Oh, I'm getting off sorts again. This is crazy.
Well, I mean, that's the difference. Like you see. Like
Max don't do that shit. Max is like, I'm a top guy, dog, and I'm forever gonna be that.
Yeah, but you see that with like somebody like Brock, for example. Brock ain't about to go play around in the tag division. No. Roman comes back to after he's gone for a while. He's like, hey, cool. I want to be a world champion.
Yes, that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm yelling about.
And there's a bunch. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And again, that's why I'm not the biggest fan of the Hangman storyline, because it's like, when you've got somebody that is that popular with your fan base, why on earth would you do this with him? I just don't get it. And we've talked before about how strange this year has been for Swerve. I don't really get it. The fact that we're close to 3 weeks away from All In and he's still not back on TV. We don't know what he's doing at All In. It's very weird.
Crazy.
And again, this is one of your big stars. Like, I don't really get that. I hope that gets moved out in the next few weeks. I think it's got to be a good sign that they're doing something with Hangman here, and
Yeah,
he is teaming up with two other guys that he's also feuded with. So hopefully that turns into something. But again, I hope the demand lands on this card as well, because
absolutely.
I came away from this match really enjoying them as a trio and thinking again, Gates of Agony are fantastic as a duo, even if you're not going to keep them as a trio moving forward. Get these guys in the tag division, get them in the
Yes.
mix with some of these like other big tag teams because they're so good.
Yeah, the Gates of Agony are incredible. They need to be a part of the tag division. They need to be a part of something moving forward. Ricochet is so good.
Yeah.
He might be the best he's ever been, and I think he could still get better. I don't even understand it. I don't even get him as a wrestler. He's so fucking good because I still feel like he's like I'm at like 60%. Like I don't even know if he still be going as full as he should. That's how great of a wrestler he is. He's insane.
Yeah.
I'm done yelling about Hangman Adam Page. I'm sorry, you guys.
I mean, well,
don't get it.
he's gonna be on the Wembley card.
Sure.
For a few weeks ago, we didn't know where he's gonna land on this card. I have to assume if there's a trios match, he'll be on the card. I'm with you though. Once you are like the level of star that he is, and you're a top star caliber wrestler, they should be protecting him differently, and they're
Yes.
not. And
That's
I
all
don't
I'm
understand.
saying.
And I don't understand why they're not.
Mhm.
But again, I don't want to continue to go back into my gripes about. I don't understand why you would do that stipulation with him. I just still don't get it. And I've made that point multiple times. So I don't want to continue to linger on that point. I just don't get why you would continue to do that.
But yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. Wembley, I would love to see all these guys. Bandito being in Wembley is going to be incredible, bro. Like all of this, what it could potentially lead to, where we're kind of hinting at, if that could be a thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like a hypocrite. I'm gonna be doing a backflip.
I was kind of surprised we didn't get anything from Kenny this week after such a hot segment last week.
Yes,
To
please
to not
explain this.
to not have Kenny on this show and to not play up any of the Kenny Osprey stuff was an interesting decision.
In Mexico, that would have went ham to see Kenny Omega if he was
Yeah,
there.
it didn't have a match for him. I don't know what happened there. That's not really a complaint. I just was kind of surprised we didn't see him.
Yeah, not a complaint at all. Like we got some good segments and we know where we're going. It was just like I thought Kenny would be in Mexico, you know?
Yeah, especially again, you've got a few weeks to go. You're building this build. Like I said, you had such a great segment with these two guys last week, and you just moved on to the street fight, and that was the main event of this show. Mark Davis has been phenomenal this year, man. I think
Incredible.
for a guy that a lot of people kind of wrote off, he had some big injuries, and they were trying to put him in the tag team with Doyle, and it seemed like that was the direction with him. And he's really shown what he has to offer as a singles wrestler. I think a lot of people were so ready to be like, well, he's the Jannetty of this tag team. Fletcher has kind of moved on, and Davis he's been great. I thought he was great in this match. He's had a bunch of great TV matches like this year. Osprey deciding in the build to possibly the biggest match of his career, he's just gonna have this super dangerous street fight. Funny choice.
What's this guy thinking? I love that. Like they're like, put Kenny in a bubble. Like we got to make sure he's safe on the way up to All In. Make sure he's good. He doesn't even have to travel. Osprey's like, where's the barbed wire at? Like let's tear each other's backs apart. Let's dump each other on our heads on the outside and stuff. I was like, this is a dangerous ass match considering you got the biggest match of your life coming up in 3 weeks. But yeah, Mark Davis feels like an old school. They say this about a lot of people. Old school wrestler, like in the best ways. Like when I used to turn on wrestling in fucking 1993, I'd see a guy like Mark Davis that's in there just wrecking fools. And like, there's not enough guys that are just hairy that just want to fucking fight. And that's Mark Davis. And also, he has the new style of like, he also goes 1,000 miles per hour when needed. And he also is trying to knock off your head. And he also has one of the best looking pile drivers in all of pro wrestling. Like, just like a complete pro wrestler. But this again felt like, I think we forget about Osprey, Phil, because like watching the Kyle Fletcher match, I was almost like, what if we just crown Kyle Fletcher? Like, what would happen? And it's like we almost gloss over Ospreay, and then you remember in moments like this when the crowd reacts to his entrance and he comes down, and he's one of the best fight from behind baby faces in all of pro wrestling, because like the performance he had in this main event was like, oh, this is why you're gonna be the top guy around here, because you're just fucking complete.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was a great main event. Another 2.5 hour episode of Dynamite.
Long one.
Yeah, for the discourse around people, and this is too long. The matches are too long. They gave a lot of people ammo to their claims.
They said, oh, are they? What about this? I'm not mad about it. I mean, big moment when it's big like this, like when they have an overrun in fucking Nebraska, then I'm like, what are you guys doing? But like, you're in Mexico, this is one show a year, like of course you're gonna go over.
Yeah, and yeah, Redman, it was really close to 3 hours, 50 minutes with the overrun. Yeah, very long episode of Dynamite, but this was really great. This showcased what AEW does very well with wrestling, but then also like why it's an alternative. Like you can see what WWE does in Mexico with AAA. You can see what other companies are doing, but this is like a top two promotion being able to go to Mexico and put on this kind of show. Like it'll never get old.
Right, and it's authentically Mexican with the crowd and who's in it, and they're not trying to change those things. Like, felt like we were watching a Friday Night Arena Mexico show with great luchadors and great stories and the best AEW guys. Like this was every time they're in Arena Mexico is special. I just love those moments.